This election is a fantastic opportunity for people to deliver real change to Britain. For 65 years now, Labour and Conservatives have taken turnabout at government in the UK, and they've got us into the huge mess that we're in today. There are real changes needed in this country. We've had crises, the economic crisis, the political crisis. That we need to shake up Britain, and that's what the Liberal Democrats would do. We're the only party that will deliver real change to this country. The old politics of Labour and Conservatives or the new politics of the Liberal Democrats. That's the choice that people face. We would deliver 4 major steps to making Britain fairer. Fairness is the key issue, the key value for Liberal Democrats. Most importantly, we would put money back into the pockets of people who are struggling to make ends meet. We're the only party with a costed plan to cut taxes for the vast majority of workers. We would ensure that no one pays any income tax at all on the first £10,000 that they earn. That would be a tax cut of £700 a year for most working people in Scotland and in the Highlands. That would make a huge difference to people who are under pressure because of the recession, who are struggling to pay their bills, who are struggling to make ends meet. Labour's going to put your taxes up, the Tories are going to put your taxes up, though they won't necessarily tell you that at this election. Only the Liberal Democrats will make the tax system in this country fairer. Secondly, we're the only party that's promising to invest more in education. We do not think that it's right that the next generation, today's children and young people, should be the people who are punished most for the mistakes that have been made by politicians and bankers who caused the recession. That's why we're putting forward a pupil premium, the idea of putting additional money into schools, money that we've identified from savings that need to be made in order to ensure that schools have the chance to reduce class sizes, to have increased one-to-one tuition for children, to ensure that every single child in this country, no matter what their background, has the best possible start in life. The Liberal Democrats are the only party with a plan to really change the economy. We're the only party that would break up the banks. We're the only party that would tax the banks an additional levy, 10% of their profits, to pay for the guarantee that we as taxpayers have given them. And we're the only party that would take firm action on the irresponsible bonuses that bankers are still paying themselves, despite the fact that they bear much of the responsibility for the recession that we're in. We're the only party too that has set out a clear, costed and well thought through plan for the savings that has to be made. Everyone knows that the country is living beyond its means, and the next government is going to have to make cuts to public spending in order to balance the books and ensure that our economy can go forward. But we're the only party that's been honest and set out where we think those savings should be made. Labour and Tories won't tell you, only the Liberal Democrats will, and we think that honesty has to be a key part of what the next government is about. And lastly, we're the only party that will really clean up politics. We need a fair voting system in this country so that every vote counts. We need to ensure that local people have the power to sack MPs who are found guilty of corruption. We need to ensure too that the House of Lords is directly elected, not the plaything of unelected politicians as it is at the moment. And we need to clean up the mess of expenses and of party funding to taking big money out of politics once and for all. Liberal Democrats are the only party that have had a good record on fighting to clean up Parliament over the course of the next 5 years and not just come lately to it as a result of the bad headlines. If you want real change, if you want real fairness in this country, the only party that can bring it is the Liberal Democrats. It's time for people in this country to do something different, and the only way to do that is to choose the Liberal Democrats.